Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans, the time has come again to perform our civic duties, our duties as citizens of the United States of America to vote. In this election, I urge you to vote not for who you think is your friend, but who you think will lead our country to the best it can be. As a candidate from the Libertarian Party, I know that my party's size is small and my current number of supporters is few, but I stand here before you with a plan for the future of our country that is just as sound and developed as the Republican or Democratic candidates. I am Natasha Urban, and I am running for president in this year's election. If elected, I have developed a plan to keep our great nation running smoothly through changes in taxation, the power that the government has over its citizens, and border patrol. In the simplest terms possible, one of my main goals if elected president is to keep the government outside of people's homes. By this, I mean that the government will have much less power over the people. The government will own less organizations. The government will tax its citizens much less money. The government will let people live their lives as completely free citizens of the United States. Why should citizens be forced to use government-developed organizations? Why should people be forced to give up all their earnings for government-run organizations that they may not need?
Because we need control.
Because we're lazy.
Why should people have to not speak their minds and have the freedom to express themselves however they choose for the fear of government controlling basic amendment rights? The solution is simple. End all government-run organizations and have private companies take over. Stop wasting taxpayer money and only tax citizens on basic necessities, and end gun control. Ending taxation and ending government-run organizations go hand in hand. If money isn't coming into the government, then the organizations it runs can't be funded. Social Security, for example, would no longer be run by the government, but privately run. Regarding the lack of gun control, I feel that if my plan for the border is allowed to be set in action, gun control will not be necessary. If elected president, my plan is to allow anyone to enter and exit our country so long as they do not pose a threat or endanger our citizens' safety. This immense decrease in border patrol will allow for a decrease in military spending and in turn allow the government to tax the citizens much less because the military will not require the funding. Speaking of the military, I stand strongly opposed to the military being used for foreign entanglements that do not concern the United States of America and that are other countries' personal affairs. If we intrude on other countries' problems, it would be like allowing the government to enter our homes and allowing the government to control our citizens. Why would we want this for other countries? If we don't want it to exist in our country, it shouldn't exist in theirs. Our nation is in desperate need of some more equality. If elected president, I promise to be more inclusive to anyone and everyone regardless of who they are or where they come from. Women will have equal rights as men. The LGBT+ community will face significantly less discrimination. This will not be an empty promise. Our country has made great strides in equality, but I believe we can do much better. I stand before you here as not only the only female candidate in this election, but the only gay candidate as well. This is proof of our country being capable of great things and great improvements. Thank you so much for this nomination. If elected, I, as well as my running mate, Jared Rodriguez, will not disappoint you. Before you submit your ballots, remember this. A vote for Natasha will be a vote for free will.
Natasha!